What's really hidden at Area 51? Alien tech? Or something even stranger? Secrets buried deep in the desert. The truth isn't out there, it's locked inside.
The story of Area 51 begins not in recent times, but decades ago, in an era where secrecy was paramount to national security. Hidden within the arid Nevada desert, surrounded by rugged mountain ranges and miles of barren landscape, this facility has been the center of speculation and controversy for over half a century. What exactly is hidden beyond the restricted perimeter? Why does the U.S. government go to extreme lengths to keep the site so heavily classified? Is it just an advanced aircraft testing facility? Or is something much bigger being concealed? Burbank, California, June 1943. World War II is at its height, and the U.S. government pushes Lockheed Aircraft Corporation to design a revolutionary new class of warplanes. Their mission: to develop jet fighters that can outperform traditional propeller-driven aircraft and shift the balance of power in the war. Under the leadership of Lockheed engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson, a dedicated team produces the first operational jet, the P-80 Shooting Star, in a mere 143 days. This aircraft marks the dawn of the jet era for the U.S. military. Johnson's highly secretive research group eventually earns the name Skunk Works. Throughout the 1950s and 60s, until his retirement in 1975, Johnson leads this division, overseeing the creation of groundbreaking secret aircraft projects. Despite his esteemed reputation, Johnson becomes the key witness to one of the most well-documented UFO sightings in history. On December 16, 1953, in Agoura, California, he and several colleagues observe an unidentified craft unlike anything known at the time. Johnson carefully documents the sighting, sketching the mysterious object and submitting his report to Project Blue Book, the U.S. government's official investigation into UFO phenomena. In a period when skepticism toward UFOs is widespread, Johnson takes a professional risk by making his sighting public. Yet, instead of facing repercussions, he is given even greater responsibility. Just 2 years later, he plays a crucial role in selecting the site for what would become the most secretive military installation in American history, Area 51. Johnson identifies this isolated desert location as ideal for classified projects, away from unwanted surveillance. But was Area 51 truly intended only for testing cutting-edge aircraft, as the military maintains? Or did Kelly Johnson, a firm believer in what he saw that day, establish the base as the perfect place to reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology? Nestled within a ring of mountains deep in the Nevada desert, Area 51 has long been the epicenter of speculation, secrecy, and intrigue. Officially known as the Nevada Test and Training Range, this top-secret military installation has been the subject of countless theories, ranging from clandestine government projects to extraterrestrial encounters. For decades, U.S. presidents and government officials either denied or avoided discussing Area 51. In 1995, Bill Clinton issued a presidential determination exempting Area 51 from environmental disclosure laws, citing national security concerns. In 2002, George W. Bush renewed Clinton's exemption order, ensuring the base's secrecy continued. In 2013, Barack Obama became the first U.S. president to publicly mention Area 51 by name, though he made no direct references to extraterrestrial activity. It wasn't until 2013 that the CIA officially acknowledged the site's existence in response to a Freedom of Information Act request. Declassified documents revealed details about the U-2 and Oxcart programs, confirming that the base was used for testing advanced aircraft. Despite this acknowledgement, specifics about ongoing projects and operations remain classified. Presidential determinations have been issued annually to exempt Area 51 from environmental disclosure laws, citing national security concerns. These actions have only fueled further speculation about the activities conducted within the base. Despite this official recognition, the veil of mystery surrounding Area 51 remains intact, making it a hotbed for conspiracy theories about extraterrestrial encounters, hidden underground bases, and top-secret aircraft development. The 1950s were a time of immense tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. Both nations were racing to develop nuclear weapons, advanced aircraft, and intelligence-gathering methods. The U.S. needed to monitor Soviet military activities, including missile launches and weapons development, without being detected. To achieve this, the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, launched a highly classified project called Aquatone, a program that would lead to the development of a revolutionary high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft, later known as the U-2 spy plane. Finding the right location to test the U-2 was critical. The ideal location needed to be remote and far from civilian populations, large enough to build secret testing facilities, and away from commercial flight paths to avoid detection. Lockheed engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson, one of the greatest aviation minds of his time, selected Groom Lake, a dry salt flat in the Nevada desert, as the perfect testing site. In 1955, the U.S. Air Force officially took control of the land, and Area 51 was born. The development of the U-2 spy plane marked the beginning of high-altitude reconnaissance. At the height of the Cold War, U.S. intelligence agencies needed a way to monitor Soviet activities without being detected. The solution came in the form of the Lockheed U-2 Dragon Lady, designed by Clarence Kelly Johnson and developed in extreme secrecy at Area 51. Despite its success, the aircraft's vulnerabilities became evident when Francis Gary Powers' U-2 was shot down over the Soviet Union in 1960, leading to a major international incident. Following the U-2's vulnerabilities, Lockheed Skunk Works developed the A-12 Oxcart, a secretive and revolutionary reconnaissance aircraft designed under Project Oxcart. The A-12 was the precursor to the famed SR-71 Blackbird and was built for one purpose: to fly so fast and high that it could evade enemy defenses entirely. With a top speed exceeding Mach 3.2, the A-12 was the fastest reconnaissance aircraft of its time. Constructed primarily from titanium, it could withstand extreme heat generated at high speeds and featured a radar-reducing design that was an early step towards stealth technology. As the direct successor to the A-12, the SR-71 Blackbird became one of the most legendary aircraft in history. Developed at Area 51 and operated by the U.S. Air Force, the Blackbird was built to outrun threats rather than avoid detection completely. With a top speed of Mach 3.3, it remained faster than any missile launched at it. Its self-sealing fuel tanks countered leakage caused by expansion at high temperatures, and its J-58 turbo ramjet engines allowed for sustained supersonic cruise. The Blackbird remained in service until 1999, setting multiple speed records that still stand today. Despite being targeted over 4,000 times by enemy missiles, it was never shot down. By the late 1970s, military strategists realized that speed alone was not enough. Radar evading technology was the future. This led to Have Blue, a prototype program at Area 51 that evolved into the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth aircraft. Its design was revolutionary, featuring a radar-absorbing skin and an angular, faceted structure that deflected radar waves. Infrared suppression technology further minimized its heat signature, making it nearly invisible to enemy defenses. The F-117 entered service in 1983 and was first used in combat during Operation Just Cause in 1989 in Panama. However, its most famous moment came during Operation Desert Storm in 1991, where it struck heavily fortified Iraqi targets with pinpoint accuracy while remaining undetected. On 27 March 1999, during the NATO bombing of Serbia, a Serbian army unit shot down a Lockheed F-117 Nighthawk stealth ground attack aircraft. The Serbian army is the first and only army in the world that officially managed to shoot down a stealth technology aircraft. The F-117 was withdrawn from service in 2008. Taking stealth technology to the next level, Northrop Grumman developed the B-2 Spirit, a flying wing bomber designed to penetrate the most advanced enemy air defenses. The B-2 program was conducted under extreme secrecy, with flight testing occurring at Area 51 and other remote bases. Its radar cross-section was similar to that of a bird, making it virtually invisible to radar. Many believe that some of these aircraft incorporate elements of alien technology recovered from crashed UFOs. Bob Lazar's claims about anti-gravity propulsion and Element 115 have led some researchers to speculate that the U.S. military may be testing propulsion systems far beyond current publicly known capabilities. The idea of anti-gravity technology has long been associated with secret military projects, with some claiming that the U.S. government has made breakthroughs in manipulating gravity through zero-point energy, electromagnetic field propulsion, or gravitational wave manipulation. If such technology exists, it could lead to aircraft that can hover indefinitely, travel faster than any known propulsion system, and even achieve interstellar travel without the need for conventional fuel. Former aerospace engineers and insiders have hinted at research being conducted at Area 51 that involves energy fields capable of counteracting gravity, although mainstream science dismisses such claims as fringe theories. Among the many rumors, two names stand out as the most enigmatic: Aurora, the alleged hypersonic reconnaissance aircraft, and TR-3B Black Manta, a supposed anti-gravity flying triangle. The legend of the Aurora hypersonic spy plane began in the 1980s, when speculation arose that the U.S. military was developing a successor to the SR-71 Blackbird. The name Aurora first appeared in a 1985 Pentagon budget document that listed a $455 million allocation for a classified black project. Many believed this to be the designation for a next-generation spy aircraft capable of hypersonic speeds exceeding Mach 5. Witnesses across the United States and Europe reported seeing a mysterious, fast-moving aircraft leaving behind donut-shaped contrails, which led to theories that it was powered by a pulse detonation engine, a revolutionary propulsion system that theoretically allows aircraft to travel at extreme speeds while reducing radar detectability. Even more intriguing is the legend of the TR-3B Black Manta, which is said to be an advanced reconnaissance and stealth aircraft using anti-gravity propulsion technology. Theories surrounding this aircraft stem from alleged sightings of triangular-shaped crafts that appear to hover silently, accelerate instantly, and change direction at speeds impossible for conventional aircraft. Some accounts claim that the TR-3B is equipped with a magnetohydrodynamic drive, using high-energy plasma to create a gravitational distortion field, effectively reducing its mass and allowing it to defy traditional aerodynamics. According to these theories, the aircraft can remain completely silent, evade radar, and perform aerial maneuvers beyond the capability of even the most advanced fighter jets. Reports of these mysterious black triangles date back to the late 1980s and have been documented by military personnel and civilians alike, particularly near highly restricted airspace such as Groom Lake, home to Area 51. Some claim that the technology behind the TR-3B was derived from experimental physics and possibly even reverse-engineered extraterrestrial craft retrieved from crash sites, including the infamous Roswell incident. Officially, the U.S. military has never acknowledged the existence of such a vehicle, leading some to believe that the TR-3B, if real, is still in the prototype phase, or has been completely classified under deep black budget programs. If the TR-3B Black Manta is real, does it indicate that the military has already mastered principles of anti-gravity propulsion that are decades ahead of publicly known technology? What if the government has successfully reverse-engineered alien technology? Such a breakthrough could revolutionize energy production, transportation, and materials science, potentially leading to advancements like anti-gravity propulsion or limitless clean energy sources. The implications of reverse-engineered alien technology would be world-changing. What if Area 51 is just one part of a vast network of secret bases? Could other locations, such as the Dulce Base in New Mexico or Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado, also house secret projects, advanced technologies, or even extraterrestrial beings? Some believe that a highly advanced underground transport system connects these secret facilities, allowing for the rapid movement of personnel and sensitive materials. If true, how extensive is this network? And what other hidden operations might be occurring beneath our feet? One of the more persistent theories about Area 51 is that it is not just a surface installation, but rather a gateway to an extensive underground complex. Some claim that this includes miles of interconnected tunnels leading to other military installations across the United States. This theory suggests that these underground bases are used for classified research, extraterrestrial collaboration, and possibly even human experimentation. The presence of the Tempe Ute mine near Area 51 has fueled speculation that vast amounts of earth have been excavated to make way for deep underground facilities. Miners have reported that material excavated from these secret tunnels is discreetly transported to other sites for disposal, ensuring secrecy. If true, this would mean that much of what the public believes about Area 51 only scratches the surface, literally. Beale Air Force Base, 1967. Captain David Fruhoff of the U.S. Air Force joined an elite group of pilots tasked with flying the SR-71 Blackbird, the most advanced reconnaissance aircraft of its time. Those who piloted the aircraft were among the best, forming a close-knit unit that prided itself on their role in national security. Given his extensive experience and high-level security clearance, it was only natural that Fruhoff would later be assigned to one of the U.S. military's most secretive locations, Area 51. From 1979 to 1985, Fruhoff worked at the classified facility, requiring a top-secret SBI, Special Background Investigation, clearance. His transition into the base was smooth, as his previous work with the SR-71 had already granted him the necessary security approvals. Like many personnel stationed there, he commuted daily from McCarran Airport in Las Vegas, aboard a highly secretive government-operated airline known as Janet Airlines. These flights, which transported employees to and from the base, were shrouded in mystery. Windows were blacked out, and passengers had no visibility of their destination until arrival. Fruhoff and other personnel soon noticed an unusual pattern on these flights. A select group of scientists and military officials regularly traveled on the same aircraft. But upon landing at Area 51, they were escorted to a separate location known as Site 4, or S4. Unlike the rest of the base's workforce, this group boarded a bus and departed in a different direction, fueling speculation about the activities taking place at the highly restricted facility. While the existence of S4 was known to Area 51 personnel, its exact purpose remained a mystery. Years later, when Bob Lazar publicly claimed to have worked at S4 and described his experiences at Area 51, his account closely mirrored Fruhoff's observations. Lazar detailed the process of boarding a Janet 737 in Las Vegas, traveling to the base, and then being transported to a separate facility for classified work. His descriptions were strikingly accurate, aligning with Fruhoff's first-hand knowledge of how personnel moved within the base. Despite widespread skepticism regarding Lazar's claims, Fruhoff later learned from former colleagues that Lazar had, in fact, been present at Area 51. According to these sources, Lazar's revelations about classified projects, including the potential study of extraterrestrial technology, may have been deliberately dismissed by critics who sought to suppress information about what was truly happening at the facility. Bob Lazar remains one of the most controversial figures in the Area 51 saga. His credibility has been both fiercely attacked and passionately defended. In 1989, physicist Bob Lazar came forward with claims that he had been employed at a subsidiary facility of Area 51 known as S4, located near Papoose Lake. According to Lazar, S4 housed 9 extraterrestrial spacecraft, and his role was to assist in reverse engineering their advanced propulsion systems. He described one of the crafts, which he dubbed the Sport Model, as being powered by a stable isotope of element 115, a substance that was not synthesized until 2003 and is known today as moscovium. While Lazar's accounts have been met with skepticism, particularly due to inconsistencies in his educational and employment records, his revelations thrust Area 51 into the public consciousness and ignited widespread interest in the base's secretive activities. He accurately described the use of biometric hand scanners at Area 51, devices later confirmed to exist. He predicted element 115, moscovium, years before it was officially synthesized. Former employees, like David Fruhoff, claimed to have seen Lazar at Area 51. To this day, Lazar insists that the U.S. government possesses alien technology and is actively attempting to reverse engineer it.
There's really no way I can prove it without revealing my identity and getting myself into more trouble than I have already.
Exactly what's going on up there?
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs, that are out there of extraterrestrial origin, and they're basically being dismantled. Some are, well, in various stages of completion, built from other parts, and they're being test flown and basically just analyzed.
You say there's 9 saucers. How are those tests going?
As far as what?
As far as whether they're successful and that sort of thing.
Oh, well, some of them are 100% intact and operate perfectly. The other ones are being taken apart. I was involved mainly in propulsion and the power source, and basically, as far as I can remember, there are about half of them do operate, and the other half are just been torn down, basically to analyze the components to them.
What if there is ongoing communication with extraterrestrial civilizations? This would have profound implications for our understanding of humanity's place in the universe. It could influence philosophy, religion, and societal structures. Would the government withhold this information to avoid mass panic, or are there agreements in place between humans and extraterrestrials? Some theories suggest that various alien species have been in contact with humanity for decades, and that treaties may exist between them and the U.S. government. Adding another layer to the mystique of Area 51 is the story of J-Rod, an alleged extraterrestrial entity said to have been housed within the facility. According to various sources, including former Navy pilot Captain Bill Uhouse and microbiologist Dan Burish, J-Rod was a survivor of a UFO crash and collaborated with U.S. government scientists to reverse engineer alien technology. Burish claimed that he was responsible for monitoring J-Rod's health, suggesting a direct and prolonged interaction between humans and extraterrestrials within the confines of Area 51.
This J-Rod his skin was pinkish, but a little bit rough, and that kind of stuff. Not horrible looking, or to me, he didn't look horrible looking.
So what kind of scientific advice he would give the crew that was building or back engineering these?
Basically, it was only engineering advice or science advice. Say for example, I performed the calculation, because even our guys, our people that were the top mathematicians and stuff, couldn't figure some of this stuff out. So we would take it, and then we'd have to, with each design, there's a requirement for calculations, and we'd have to prove by calculations, that this thing's going to operate. No different than anything else we did. And sometimes you get into a spot where you try and try and try it, even if you use the formulas to come up with this thing that they provide you, it wouldn't work. And that's where he'd come in, tell him to look at this and see what we did wrong.
The secrecy surrounding Area 51 continues to fuel speculation about what is really happening behind its guarded perimeter. Despite decades of secrecy, whistleblower testimonies, and conspiracy theories, the full truth about Area 51 remains locked behind classified files and security fences. One thing is certain: the legend of Area 51 is far from over. Would humanity be ready if we ever discovered the full truth?
Thank you for watching, and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. We really hope you subscribe, and if you'd like to be notified of future releases, just hit the bell button. Leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on all of this and what topics you'd like to explore in our future videos.